struggling to lock into marathon pace in this shoe and this rocker. So Mizuno claims that the Wave Rebellion Pro is for experienced runners. It's designed for the 10K up to the marathon. Obviously a maximal cushion shoe. It's got a carbon plate in it and it is a race day shoe. Weight wise, it's coming in at 220 grams, which is not too bad. So it's not the lightest shoe on the market and it's not the heaviest shoe on the market. And price wise, it is at the lower end of the super shoe, so $320 here in Australia or $250 in the US. Weight wise, pretty happy with the weight here, 8.5 out of 10, and also with the price at the lower end, happy with that one as well, 8.5 out of 10. So in the upper here, we've got a race day fit, a really light and breathable engineered mesh. Minimal padding throughout the actual shoe itself. So around the heel counter, as you can see there is very minimal padding. There is just enough though to do the job, to not make the shoe too harsh. The tongue is super thin. It's not gusseted at all, so you're gonna have to make sure you get that tongue nice and flat when you put the shoe on and get ready to race. Lockdown wise, had no issues with the laces and the lockdown. However, the only issue that I have had is when I have run some big workouts on some undulating, so coming down those big hills, I've had some rubbing around the Achilles or on top of on top of the ankle here on the heel. I've had some rubbing around the top, but that was negated and fixed when I tried a new pair of socks. Fit wise, as I said in the first impressions review, this is a small fit, so make sure you order at least a half size up. If you've got a chance to go try this one in the store, go do that because you need to get the fit right on this one. Upper's fine for me, no real issues except for the rubbing, 8 out of 10. So in the midsole here, we've got the dual density thing going on here. So all the good shoes these days have got the dual density foam going on. So Mizuno Energy Light Plus on the top and Mizuno Energy Light at the bottom. So the Energy Light Plus at the top is more like their premium super foam. It's got that really softness and really responsive feel. And then they've got just their normal light foam on the bottom. Sandwiched in between that, they've got their carbon infused wave plate. So as with all carbon plated, it's mainly designed to keep that, because the rubber is so compliant, is to get some structure in the midsole of that shoe. So keep that shoe nice and stiff, so it's not soggy. Stack height wise, we've got 39 in the rear and 34.5 in the front, giving us a 4.5 mil drop. Now, as you can see by the geometry of this shoe, it is far fatter in the midfoot rather than the heel and the forefoot. So the stack height I haven't measured the middle of it, but I would say it's around the 50mm mark. However, it's still race legal. So the geometry Mizuno call is their smooth speed assist. So it is where all the magic happens in this shoe. So as you can see, it's got a really aggressive rocker at the front of the shoe from the midfoot all the way back to the front. And then it's the heel itself, it's got a heel bevel that actually doesn't really touch the ground or doesn't let your heel strike as you come through. Regardless if you're a heel striker or a forefoot striker, because the midfoot comes down so far, the midfoot the midfoot will always strike the ground first. So, and when you strike the midfoot, you're just gonna roll into, there's nothing more you can do but roll into that rocker, and it's just gonna keep those legs ticking over and over and over again. So, one of the most aggressive rockers I have ever felt in any shoe, and it's just in the right spot for me. So I love it back here. So there's some shoes that the rocker or the toe spring is too far at the front and I can't actually get on it. On this one, I can find it easily because I can hit that midfoot and I can roll right through. Now, how good is this foam and complementing the geometry of this shoe? Well, it is pretty amazing. So it is responsive, it's poppy, it's fast, and it's soft enough. It's just the right amount of softness. So it's not squishy at all, and it doesn't feel firm. It is just right. Now, what I am having dramas with this shoe is it's too fast for a marathon. So the troubles that I'm having with the shoe is when I lock into what my marathon pace is and I switch off, this wants to it will creep up and creep up and creep up, and it'll keep my legs ticking over faster and faster. So what the sensation is like when you are running down a hill and your legs just want to keep going faster and faster and faster, and you have to put the brakes on or you're going to fall on your face. So this is the sensation I get with this shoe. So in a marathon, that's probably not a good thing, because I don't want this thing to get my legs ticking over so fast and I'm going to be cooked by halfway. However, that sensation is amazing in a half marathon or a 10K. So this is where I think this shoe is most suited to. Very, very suited for a half and 10K. I want my legs to be wanting to go faster and faster and faster on those distances, just not so much in a marathon. So super duper happy with the midsole and the ride here, 9 out of 10. Outsole here, we've got the G3 rubber. So it is really durable, but best of all, it is very, very sticky, very grippy. So it's probably one of the best outsoles I've ever had on a shoe. So it's that, and the Puma grip is just absolutely amazing. So out of all the super shoes, this is the best outsole that I have tried. I have got somewhere up around the top there, and I'm only at around 70 or 80 kilometers. That happens with all my shoes though. I'm not too worried about that. It's still sticky and it is doing its job. If I could put this outsole on all my other shoes, I would choose to do so. Love the G3, 9.5 out of 10. Okay, so similar shoes. Obviously, it's anything from a marathon to a 10K race day shoe. So all the other shoes out there on the market. On the foot, it is a little bit big and bulky, so it feels more like an Alpha Fly on the foot. However, it's faster than the Alpha Fly. Who is this shoe best for? So for me is if you just want to break away from the mainstream, so what everyone else is using, and you want to try something different, don't be afraid to get into this Mizuno. So don't be afraid by the geometry. It's actually quite comfortable to jog around in if you're not that fast. So don't be afraid if you think that you're not a super duper fast runner. You can still have fun in this shoe. So in summary, I do love this shoe, absolutely love this shoe. Only problem is it's too fast for a marathon, and that's what I bought it for, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna have a crack anyway and just keep the brakes on just to see what happens. Who knows, I might even run a PB in this shoe because it's gonna make me go faster than I've ever done before. Or it's gonna cook me, who knows. But amazing shoe, I absolutely love that, and as you can see by the score there, a really amazing shoe. It's a definite buy from me. Anyway guys, I hope you've liked the review. Make sure you drop down some questions of any questions you've got with this one, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.